I'm not exactly certain now how many years earlier it had been. My father committed me through the police for homicide, suicide, threatening bodily harm to my sister and my mother, running around screaming naked. Completely outrageous proclamations, but he was a very rich, influential man, and he just called the police department, and then he fed me this long line. It was quite a scene. I was used to getting barbiturates from my parents because they didn't want to deal with any emotional hassle, so they figured, let's just tone her down and give her some Nebutal. So the funny thing was, they woke me up every few hours for maybe 5 hours and gave me a couple more Nebutal. This was years before the hospital scene in New York, and I was determined not to have a fight with my father, and hopefully not with my mother, so I didn't argue about their giving me the pills or anything, but I must have been very stoned when they finally woke me up and said, you have a temperature of 105, and I didn't even think. I just believed them. And they said that an ambulance was coming to take me to Cottage Hospital, which is where I was born in Santa Barbara. And I just thought, well, you know, if I have a temperature of 105, which they said, whatever, just be cool about everything. So they got me up and outside we went. And there was a police car. I asked where the ambulance was, and the policeman said the ambulance had an accident on its way over the San Marcos Pass. We will take you. We were going to escort the ambulance, but since it had an accident, we'll take you to the hospital. I wasn't scared. I was just must have been really out of it. So I got in the back, and it was, you know, one of those regular police cars with a screen between you and the police, and we started off for Santa Barbara from the ranch. And then I noticed that my father was driving a big 300D Mercedes behind the police car, and I thought, if I'm supposed to be comfortable and I'm sick, I'd be a lot better off in that big car lying on the back seat than in the back of a police car.